Hey guys, after months of rumors, speculation, and growing anticipation, it's finally official. Street Outlaws. No Prep King Season 6 is coming to television. For fans who have followed this franchise through its many evolutions, from gritty list racing in Oklahoma to cross-country domination on drag strips, this marks a huge, if bittersweet, turning point. The return of No Prep Kings to TV might just be the grand finale for Street Outlaws as we know it. So, what the hell is going on? It's no secret that Street Outlaws fans have felt the absence. While the racing community is tight-knit and passionate, the TV series had fallen eerily quiet over the past year. Outside of the surprise debut of Locals only earlier this year, there wasn't much movement on screen. Season 6 of No Prep Kings had long been completed from a production standpoint, but viewers were left wondering, where is it? For months, speculation ran wild. Was Discovery pulling the plug? Was the franchise dead? And if so, why go silent instead of giving this iconic series the send-off it deserves? But now we have confirmation. No Prep Kings Season 6 will air on TV. While this announcement has injected a much-needed jolt of excitement into the Street Outlaws community, it's also being seen by many as a final bow. For years, this series evolved alongside the culture it portrayed. It went from bare-bones list racing to a full-fledged national spectacle with No Prep Kings. And now, we may be witnessing its final chapter. Although there's been no official word that Season 6 is the definitive conclusion, it certainly feels like a finale. The timing, the build-up, and the lack of announcements for future seasons all suggest that this could be the last time we see Street Outlaws on our screens in this form. If that's the case, then this season isn't just another run. It's the victory lap. For longtime fans and even casual viewers, No Prep King Season 6 is being hailed as potentially the best season of the entire franchise. Why? First off, it's the culmination of years of build-up. The show has gone through several eras, each with its own style and intensity. From the raw, gritty street list races to the slick, organized chaos of national no prep competition, Season 6 is a perfect storm. It pulls together veteran racers, new talent, long-standing rivalries, and a level of production quality the show has never seen before. Even those who followed every season closely are saying this one stood out as the most entertaining to date. The energy, the unpredictability, the racing, it all peaked during this run. And let's not forget, for many of the racers and crews, this season was make or break. Knowing that the show might be coming to a close, everyone went all in. You can expect nothing but intensity on every track and emotion in every victory or loss. To understand how monumental this return to TV is, we need to look back at the series' journey. The list era, where it all began, just a group of guys battling for top spots on the street. The raw, grassroots energy of the list set the tone and drew in a loyal fan base. Out-of-town racing. As the brand grew, Street Outlaws racers began traveling to different cities, facing other crews, and expanding their reputations. The stakes grew, and so did the scale. Pro Mod Invasion. A controversial period saw pro mods entering the picture, changing the dynamic of the races. Purists were split, but the show pushed ahead. Spin-offs and expansion. From Memphis to Fastest in America, the Street Outlaws name exploded across platforms. Not all of it hit the mark, but it showed the cultural weight of the brand. No Prep Kings, the crowning jewel. A legitimate racing series touring the country, drawing huge crowds, and raising the performance ceiling higher than ever. This was Street Outlaws at full throttle. And now, with Season 6 ready to air, we see the closing chapter of that final era. That's the million-dollar question. Why the delay? If the season's done, if it's so good, why haven't we seen it until now? While we don't have all the behind-the-scenes answers, some educated speculation points to a mix of contractual changes, network shifts, and maybe even a re-evaluation of the show's direction. Let's be honest, television as a whole has changed. Viewership habits have evolved, and even legacy franchises are being restructured or phased out. It's likely that the network was figuring out the best way to release what could be the final Street Outlaws content. Perhaps they were considering digital platforms or bundling the season with another project. Whatever the reason, the important thing is, it's coming. So, what should we look forward to in No Prep King Season 6? High-stakes racing. Every pass down the track matters more than ever. There's no room for error, and the pressure is at an all-time high. Old rivalries reignited. Expect familiar names to clash with renewed intensity. There's something about knowing it could be the last time that adds extra weight to each matchup. New faces, big impacts. While veterans dominate the headlines, don't be surprised if newer racers rise up and shake the established order. Top-tier production. If this is indeed the swan song, then the production team isn't holding back. The visuals, sound design, and race coverage will be polished to perfection. Even with all signs pointing toward a final chapter, the end of Street Outlaws doesn't mean the end of street racing. The culture remains strong. The racers are still out there. The fans are still hungry. What this season represents is more of a transition than a tombstone. We may not know exactly what comes next, but this final run of No Prep Kings ensures the series goes out on a high note. And who knows? With enough fan response and momentum, doors could still open in new directions, whether online, on tour, or through entirely new shows. There's something poetic about a franchise built on Outlaws' speed and rebellion making its exit in such an unannounced, raw fashion. No farewell tour, no big press release, just confirmation that the best season of the show is finally being brought to the fans. And maybe that's exactly how it should be. Street Outlaws, No Prep Kings Season 6 isn't just more of the same. It's the result of years of evolution, experimentation, and passion from a community that lives and breathes racing. Whether you're a diehard fan or someone who just wants to witness what could be the final ride of a legendary series, don't miss it. Because when it's over, it's really over. Buckle up. Season 6 is coming, and it might just be the best and last chapter in Street Outlaws history. One of the most striking aspects of No Prep Kings Season 6 is the energy behind it, not just from racers, but from the fans who've stuck by the franchise through every twist and turn. Even after long breaks between seasons and uncertainty about the show's direction, the community never left. Social media continued buzzing, events kept drawing crowds, and fan-made content helped keep the fire burning. That loyalty isn't something most TV shows enjoy this late in their run, and it speaks volumes about what Street Outlaws means to its viewers. This season is, in many ways, a reward for that loyalty, a gift to those who never stopped watching, talking, and racing. Another reason this season is so anticipated is because of how authentic it feels. As the show expanded in scope, critics sometimes questioned whether it was losing the underground spirit that made it special. Season 6, however, appears to return to those roots while still delivering on spectacle. The racers aren't there for the cameras, they're there to win. The grudges are real, the pressure is real, and so are the consequences. That kind of authenticity is rare in reality television today, and it's part of what sets Street Outlaws apart from the pack. While there's still no confirmed air date, all signs suggest it's coming sooner rather than later. This is a smart move. Timing is everything when trying to reignite interest and tap into peak excitement. Fans have already started speculating about which network it'll air on, how many episodes there will be, and what kind of coverage each race will receive. There's a tangible buzz that only grows stronger as more confirmation trickles in. The silence of the past year might have left a void, but the slow rollout of Season SAX's return has built suspense in a way that makes the eventual premiere feel even more explosive. What's also worth noting is the emotional toll this final season may take on its racers. For many of them, Street Outlaws has been a way of life. It's given them careers, built their reputations, and introduced them to fans around the world. Saying goodbye to that, not just the races, but the cameras, the interviews, the national exposure isn't easy. Expect to see racers laying it all on the line, not just because of competition, but because deep down, they know they might never get this chance again. It adds an emotional layer to every burnout, every win light, and every finish line. And speaking of emotion, fans should prepare themselves, too. Whether you followed the 405 since the beginning, got into it during the Memphis days, or hopped on board with No Prep Kings, there's no denying the cultural impact this franchise has had. It wasn't just a racing show, it was a movement. It brought underground street racing into the mainstream, gave unknown drivers national recognition, and changed how people saw the sport entirely. Watching it all wrap up, possibly for the last time, is going to hit hard. There's also something to be said about the importance of documenting this final stretch. As Season 6 airs, you can expect fan coverage, reactions, and breakdowns to flood YouTube, Reddit, and other online communities. The digital side of the fanbase has always been strong, and it's likely to play a huge role in preserving the legacy of Street Outlaws long after the final episode airs. In fact, some of the most insightful commentary and discussions about the franchise have come from these fan-driven spaces, proof that the community's heartbeat is as strong as ever, even without corporate backing. In the end, the return of No Prep Kings Season 6 is more than just another racing series making its way to television. It's a send-off, a celebration, and a salute to a show that transformed grassroots racing into a national phenomenon. Whether or not this is the final season, it certainly feels like the closing of a chapter, a big one. And if that's the case, what better way to go out than by delivering the best season ever? One last run, one last win light, one last time to say, you just got outrun.